Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Wilsonville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 6 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, July 3rd. So hope all of you had an awesome 4th of July weekend. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So as I always do, start off looking at active listing activity. I show that we had 10 new properties come on the market last week in Wilsonville, down from 14 the week prior, but again, kind of towards the upper part of the range here by week. And then end of the week at 31 homes on the market in total, up one from the prior week. You can definitely kind of see an upward trend here over the past 6 weeks of kind of standing inventory week by week. The median price and days on market for the active listings, you can kind of see that that's been trending up as well. Had a low of 643 6 weeks ago, got up to 720, and this last week came in just under that at 719. Days on market, been a bit of a roller coaster. Had a low of 10, a high of 30. This past couple weeks, it's come back down. I think it's because we've had a higher number of new listings kind of coming on the market the past couple weeks, which has been bringing this number kind of back down. So moving along to pending sales, this last week I show we had 7 new pendings in Wilsonville, same as the prior week. And again, it's been between 3 and 7 this whole time over this past 6 weeks. In total, though, you can definitely kind of see kind of a decreasing in the amount of pendings over the time. So we had 71 here 6 weeks back. And that it came down to 34 this last week. So, certainly kind of signs of definitely a slowing market from where it has been earlier this spring. Median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see we were on an upward progression through 2 weeks ago. This last week fell way back to 619 was the median price in Wilsonville, down from almost $100,000, 715 the week prior. And then the days on market, you can kind of see that's been progressing upward as well. Had a low of 6, a high of 13. This last week kind of fell back a day down to 12. So, homes not quite getting into contract as quickly as they were earlier in the period. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I show we had 7 properties closed last week in Wilsonville, which is a low for the 6 weeks. You'll see here with the blue bars. And then the total, or I should say that the closings over the prior 4 weeks here. So if I look a month back, this last week we came in at 40, which is kind of been decreasing over the past couple weeks from a high of 46 3 weeks back. And then the medium sold price and days on market for the solds, you can kind of see we had a low of 600 here a couple weeks. And then hit a high this last week at 660 for the period. And then days on market for the solds, pretty tight range between 4 and 5 days of average market time. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the OLP or original list price. So you can kind of see we've been basically kind of between 2 and 3 weeks of inventory this past 6 weeks. Had a low of right at 3 weeks back, and came in at just over 3 weeks of inventory this last week. So not a lot of variability here in terms of the weeks of inventory. And then the sale price as a percent of the list still has remained very strong. Had a high here 6 weeks ago of 103.6 and a low of 102. So this last week came in right at 103 again. So while there is definitely signs of a slowing market with higher number of actives and a lower number of pendings, as of right now, with less than a month of inventory, it's still kind of in a seller's market environment, and homes are still selling above the average or the asking price on average. So higher interest rates have definitely had a cooling effect on the market, but at this point in time, it still favors sellers. So I hope this weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. I certainly would welcome the opportunity to answer any questions that you might have, what's happening in the market in general or your specific situation. So Always feel free to give me a call at 503-680-2065, and I would love to become your trusted resource and realtor. And I thank you for watching, and you have a great day.